welcome to this edition of Tiger Broadcast. I'm Madeline Stouffer.
And I'm Erica Milligan.
In this edition, we'll reunite students with one of their favorite teachers from middle school.
And we'll also give a word of advice to the new drivers here at Lee Summit High School.
All this and more on this edition of Tiger Broadcast. The graduating class of 2016 is well on their way to creating their futures. Some have chosen to continue their education, while others have chosen to serve our country. However, there are 3 graduating seniors from 2016 that are not. Jacqueline Berry, Erica Milligan, and Hunter Weekly explain why.
You know, I think I just call myself an artist, pretty plain and simple. We do everything from graphic design to illustration, and then all the way up to sculpture and public art.
The owner of Fossil Forge, Dave Eames, has been a Lee Summit resident for many years. He has raised his 3 sons through the LSR7 school district, and as such, he has been a strong presence in the Lee Summit community. It only made sense, then, for the class of 2016 to seek his expertise and their class gift.
I just got this idea that he probably would be willing to meet with our Senate officers and let them tell him about these 3 kids, Jonas and Brant and Emma. And that probably he could design a piece of art that would memorialize them and allow us to sort of start our own place where we could recognize those 3 kids and then also any other Lee Summit High School kid who passed away while attending school here.
I listened to them, I made notes on who the students were, and then over the summertime we developed a sculpture that would be installed there on the campus that would commemorate their lives and be a real special place of memory.
Thanks to Dave, the lives of the 3 students, Emma, Jonas, and Brant, who passed away suddenly, are now represented and tied to LSHS in a single piece of art, and many are proud of how it turned out.
The title of the sculpture is called Prism, and that focuses on the glass portholes that are in each of the 3 layers. And a big part of that sculpture is the notion that there were 3 individuals, but they're all tied together now.
He just nailed this whole idea of they're individuals, but yet they're part of this larger group, and that porthole that goes through all 3 of them, which connects them to each other and connects them to that class.
I think it's really cool that they would put that kind of detail and thought into it. I think it's cool because it's like a permanent memorial, it's always going to be there, and the students coming in now don't know about it, and that's kind of cool to tell her story and live on her legacy.
I think they would feel honored. Their parents, I've dealt with each of them regarding this project. I know they feel honored, and I guess maybe that's what gives me the most confidence that they think their kids would feel properly honored by what we've done.
I don't know if she would like it just because she wasn't one of those people who strive for attention, but I also kind of think she would like it just because people do ask why is it there and what's the story about that, and like I said, it's kind of cool to tell that story. I think he would just kind of laugh about it. He would respect it, but he would laugh. I'm just proud of our school to do that for him.
It was an honor to be able to help them out. Again, part of what we want to represent and do here in our shop is reach out and work with the community in our neighborhood, our neighbors, and make wonderful things.
This one-of-a-kind sculpture will help heal the hearts of those who are close to the ones who are lost. Signing out for Tiger Broadcast, I'm Jacqueline Berry.
The bond that many students make with their teachers over their academic careers can certainly be unbreakable. However, there's one Pleasant Lee Middle School teacher who has impacted more students than one can count. Lauren Lagan and Jared Newell highlight this influential lady.
She makes everyone feel so welcome and so amazing about how they sing.
Caitlin Johnson has grown a love for music, thanks to one special teacher.
Applied, interviewed, and got the job within 24 hours. It was a whirlwind and it scared me, but it's one of the best leaps of faith I've ever taken. I'm right where I belong.
Mrs. Dawn's blind leap has allowed her to create a large impact on her students.
Miss Dawn is a amazingly happy person all the time. Every time I see her, she has a smile on her face.
Mrs. Dawn's positive attitude may be the reason that so many kids look up to her and admire music.
I really try to foster really good relationships with my students. I want them to know that they're loved. I want them to love music in a way that's more than just black and white notes on a page.
Former student Connor Lovelace thinks Mrs. Dawn's influence is due to a few of her qualities.
I think Mrs. Dawn's impact lies within the fact that she's so approachable and the fact that she really cares about each and every single one of us. And she really wanted to make us better singers and better people.
Mrs. Dawn hopes she can teach her students one very important lesson.
I hope that they love music, but more than anything, I hope that they know how to be good people.
As a person, Miss Dawn has really helped me to grow and become more of a leader. She really was able to get that solid in my brain that I could do whatever I wanted to, whether it be in music or in anything that I wanted to do.
Students know how much Mrs. Dawn has impacted them, but many may be unaware of the impact they have had on her.
I've had many former students who have sent me emails or written me letters, and I keep every single one of them because on my days when I'm super frustrated and I just don't know if I can take it anymore, I look back at those letters and I think I mattered to that kid.
As Connor moves on to college and Caitlin looks on to high school, they'll keep one thing with them.
I think the thing that I will most miss about musical choir and Miss Dawn is that we definitely are just a big family. Everyone supports each other. Everyone loves each other.
If I had to say one thing, it's that I love her. I love Miss Dawn so much, and more than she could ever know. And she really helped me to become the person that I am now.
Signing out for Tiger
I
Broadcast,
swore I would never teach middle school.
this is Jared Newell.
Lee Summit High School takes pride in its students' pursuit of excellence. There's one student in particular that strives for just that. Whether it's varsity soccer or number one in her class, her fingerprints are on it all. Madeline Stover and Gavin Curlis introduce us to Paige Maxwell.
She's crazy. She doesn't mind whenever you come up with like crazy stuff to do. She'll come along and do it with you, and she doesn't mind coming to half-price apps at 11 at night. So
the fact that she is pretty tenacious, that's one of my favorite things about her, is when she puts her mind to something, you can be pretty confident it's going to happen.
On the robotics team, I am a head of the logistics team. As treasurer for Student Senate, I'm a Tiger mentor for a group of sophomores. For National Spanish Honor Society, for NHS, I'm just a member of NHS. I've been a defender on the varsity soccer team for the past 3 years. I've been part of the Lee Summit Cares Youth Advisory Board. I'm involved with my church youth group. I have been ranked number 1 in my class for the last 3 years.
As you can imagine, juggling so many activities can become a challenge for LSHS senior Paige Maxwell.
Something that is kind of a challenge, like with being involved in so many different things, is kind of definitely just balancing everything. Like you have to balance like participating in all these different clubs and groups with like your schoolwork, but then also like having like friends in a social life. And that's kind of important to high school. It's definitely a challenge, but it also, when you learn to manage it all, it can be a great benefit to you to figure out how to do that.
Without a strong support system, Paige's involvement would be much more of a burden.
I think it's kind of hard for anybody who's trying to be as involved as she is, but I think she definitely accomplishes it.
I think Paige has been blessed by both immediate family that have encouraged her to take risks and not be afraid to fail, and when you get involved in things, it's not going to go perfect the first time. So with both of our daughters, I encourage them to seek ways that they could make the world a better place, and to do that you have to be involved.
Getting involved is such a great way to meet people and build relationships that you'll have for the rest of your life.
And I think any student should just step out of their comfort zone a little bit, because we all have our little safe place, but sometimes the greatest reward comes from taking a risk you're not really sure you should.
I would definitely encourage anyone to get involved in whatever they are interested in, no matter if it does seem like a lot. You can always find a way to manage it.
Paige is living proof that you can never be too involved. Signing out for Tiger Broadcast and encouraging you to get involved, this is Gavin Curlis.
Thanks for watching this edition of Tiger Broadcast. For packages, short films, and more, go to www.tigerbroadcast.com.
Or follow us on Twitter at TVTV8 Tigers. Once again, I'm Eric Milligan.
And I'm Madeline Stouffer. See you next time.
Getting involved is such a great way to meet people and build relationships that you'll have for the rest of your life.
Miss Dawn is a amazingly happy person.
And I guess maybe that's what gives me the most confidence, that they think their kids would feel properly honored.